throughout the conversation.
There's been a good increase last year in the order book, and the projects which we have in pipeline, there are good indications that we will sustain this kind of acquisition. May not happen every year like this, but yes, on aggregate, when we talk about couple of years aggregate, the growth will be certainly sustainable.
Sure. So also if you can give us guidance in terms of your order book for FY17, where do you see the growth coming in for BEL going forward?
See, BEL is a diversified company. Now we have 7 or 8 major business segments, and so the segments that we see are the radar segment, the communications, network-centric systems, electronic warfare, weapon systems, and of course the night vision products. So there are, I would say, the growth is more balanced. It will be diversified across the segments.
So we also saw a huge bump up as far as your margins are concerned. So was that just because of a one-off order, or this is also a sustainable margin for you?
See, the margins will come as a result of aggregate of various projects. It doesn't happen because of one single project. We have currently we are at the PAT level of something like 17 to 18%, and I would say for the next couple of years, because so long as there are no drastic product profile changes, our product mix doesn't change very drastically, so it would certainly continue in a healthy, margins will continue in a healthy way.
So also on the export front, are you happy with the kind of growth that you saw in the year that has gone by, and also what is the outlook for your exports for BEL?
In the last year, we had a very good increase in exports. We did $85 million last year. This going forward, I would say that we are looking at current year at least we are looking at 100 million plus. So this should be something like 15-20% increase in exports. But then it is linked to several major contracts coming through, wherein we are expecting good business in offsets. But I would say it is slower than our expectation. The increase in offsets is slower than expectation. But we have good tie-ups. We have some of the partnerships with some of the companies, and I'm sure the exports are going to grow at a much faster pace in the years to come.
So also with respect to the competition that we are seeing, especially with the private sector brewing in the defense space, how is BEL gearing up? What is at a strategy level? How are you looking at tackling this?
BEL will continue to focus on indigenization, design development of our own products. We will increase our partnership with industry in order to leverage the mutual strengths, and not only with industry, we'll continue to focus more on the DRDO. Our projects with DRDO will intensify further, as well as with other sister organizations, the defense organizations like the shipyards and the ordnance factories and so on. So we have some major programs which are on with them. We'll give thrust on that as well. We will see that we have tie-ups with some of the select OEMs where we can bring in some critical technologies, but that would be very selective. Our focus will continue on indigenous R&D, which today we invest something like 9% of our turnover comes from turnover is invested in R&D, and about 80-85% of our revenue gets generated from our own R&D. So I think this is where this would give us strength to compete.
Sure. So finally, I want to understand from you in terms of your capex plans for FY17, how is that, and also your expansion plans, if you can share with us those details.
Capex has been a focus area for us. We have invested something like 400 crores last year, upwards of 400 crores. We have plans to almost to the extent of about 2,000 crore capex in the next 3 to 4 years. In fact, many of the projects are already started, and some will be starting soon. Modernization of our facilities continues. That's an ongoing activity. We have been doing it for many years, and today many of our facilities are world class in that sense. So I think the focus on the capex is definitely one of the strategies which BEL will take on for the next year.
One final question. We are seeing the Prime Minister visit US. In terms of the defense opportunities coming out of this and also the missile technology controlled regime, how do you see that BEL is likely to be benefited out of all of this?
See, BEL will still focus more on, as I said, our own indigenous development, especially when it comes to critical technologies. It would not be easy access to many of them. So we will focus more on indigenous development, either in-house or in collaboration with industry and the DRDO. Yes, there are opportunities to work with the US or any other country. We are certainly very keen and very happy to work with some of them in areas of mutual interest where we can, add value to the partnership.
Sure. Great to have you with us. Thank you for your time.
All right, then that's the management.